Hey all, and welcome to Shadow Space, and we're commenting on another BCP video. This one is called Cenk, Uygur, and Leftists Stunned into Outrage After Getting Banned from Traveling into the UK. This was uploaded June 1st, this is being recorded June 1st, and link is in the description.
The most remarkable thing just happened. I went to the airport to go to London. I'm going to give panel speeches at South by Southwest London and 2 speeches at Oxford. But it turns out I'm not, because the person at the United counter said, "You have been banned from the United Kingdom." It says here the government has rejected you. So I already had a visa. It was a 2-year visa. I was
I don't know why this is funny to me.
in the middle of
I
it.
don't
So
know.
they went
I'm
in
sorry.
and
I
pulled
probably
the visa,
shouldn't.
apparently. I had no idea why, and I have to say that it was a bit of a gut punch. It's a little bit hard to shake me, but I was shaken there because if that feeling of having your freedom taken away was so visceral. No, you're not allowed to travel to Oxford, to London, to the United Kingdom. You're banned. You don't have that freedom anymore.
I think
Why?
what's more shocking is that you, Cenk, cannot in your entire mind think of any reason why they would ban you.
At the time, I didn't even know.
It just suddenly happened for no reason whatsoever.
Saw a Times of London article, which is filled with total nonsense, but a bit of a hatchet job against me. They said it's because I've criticized Israel. Guys, are we free anymore? This is insane. So
I don't know, Cenk. You sit here and say that people aren't free to go into other people's houses and just assume that they live there. So, no, people aren't free? Do you think people should be free to be rapists? Do you think that people should be free to be racists? Do you think that people should be free to do a lot of things that are bad?
60% of America is critical of Israel. They have
So? And Israel is critical of Palestine. Probably in majority numbers. What is your point?
nothing that I've said that's anti-Semitic, because I haven't said anything anti-Semitic.
Except didn't you just say?
Insane. So 60% of America is critical of Israel. They have nothing that I've said that's anti-Semitic, because I haven't
Other than you're against Israel. Pretty sure saying that you're against Israel is anti-Semitic.
said anything anti-Semitic, because I'm not anti-Semitic.
If I say that you're an idiot, Cenk, do you think that that's saying that I'm against you? If I say that 60% of America thinks that you're an idiot, does that mean that I'm against you?
And I don't believe that you should discriminate against
Bizarre.
anyone. That's actually my core philosophy. I'm for
Unless you're Israeli. Because you're an enormous hypocrite.
complete nonviolence and
Oh,
equality for
you are such a liar, Cenk. You are such a liar.
every race and religion.
Shut up.
So, since they don't have that, they said, well, by definition, criticizing Israel is anti-Semitic. My God, how many people are they going to ban from the United Kingdom? Millions of people, billions of people, 60% of Americans are critical of Israel. Are we all going to get banned? Billions of people across the world are critical of Israel. Are they all now banned from the United Kingdom? What kind of insane standard is this?
Boy, 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 boy.
Wow.
So, we got
Listen to this snowflake complain.
to
Amazing.
talk about some
What a
bombshell
sensitive
news
person.
involving
Yeah, the UK doesn't love me, and they won't let me go there anymore. Amazing.
woke far-left communist TYT host Cenk Uygur and his communist nephew Hassan Piker, who is currently facing some legal issues here in the United States of America when it comes to his little trip to Cuba, okay, in which he aided and abetted communists as we're trying to overthrow their government. It seems like he's in more legal trouble because both of them have apparently been banned from the UK. Okay, and I want to talk about this because they're boohoo whining and crying. They're blaming Israel because they believe that Israel is the cause of all the world's problems. And because they believe that, apparently that's actually why they got banned. Okay, which is the funny part about this. And I want to talk about it because I have a very nuanced take on this. So let's read about what Cenk has said here, okay? And then we're going to watch a couple videos. Quote, I've been banned from the UK. I tried to get on a flight to London to attend SXSW London and give a speech at Oxford. I've been banned for criticizing Israel. Are we free anymore? This is oppression of Western citizens by our own governments on behalf of a different country. Okay, so first and foremost, Jake, say what you want, but you're not a citizen of the UK. So you're not entitled to go into the UK, right? The UK, again, say what you want, right? Like, agree or disagree with what they did here or why they did it.
They can choose to do whatever they want. You getting on here and making a tweet isn't going to change their mind. It's amazing how they all act exactly like Donald Trump. They all use their social media like their own personal... I don't even know what you'd call it. Command board? These are the things that you have to do. This is what I want you to do, and you'd better do it. Why?
They have a right to say
Bizarre.
You can't come into our country for any reason.
When Donald Trump tweets and tells the Supreme Court to rule a certain way, that's him demanding the court follow or decide the case the way that he wants them to. But when Cenk Uygur does it to try to get his ability to enter into the UK reinstated, it's some sort of enormous... It's not the same thing. I don't get it.
Enter somebody else's country if they say that you can't enter.
This is fine and acceptable. It's okay for Cenk Uygur to complain on social media about how the UK has banned his trip to the UK, but it's not okay for Donald Trump to tell our Supreme Court that how he wants a certain case to be decided.
Whatever reason, okay? You can boo-hoo, whine, and cry about it. You can be upset about it. You can cry foul, but you don't have that right, okay? Even in Western countries. Hey, we got to get visas, right? We got to get visas to go to a lot of countries in Europe now. It is what it is. Do I like it?
And even if you get a visa, there's no reason that after you get that visa, it can't be revoked.
No, right? But hey, it is what it is. They have a right to enforce their own immigration laws. I'm consistent on that. So ultimately...
As well as the UK has really strict standards on speech. It's entirely possible that, yes, you did say something, Cenk, that tripped their censors, and that you can't go there anymore. Hold on, I gotta get my camera back on. A sec. Okay, we're back.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. So, as you guys saw at the beginning of this video, Cenk claims that this happened to him because he criticized Israel. And the UK basically is confirming that.
It's nice when you live in a country where you can be as toxic and hostile and antagonistic as you want, isn't it? It's a real privilege.
Invoking the same quote-unquote public good standard that it used to ban Kanye West for anti-Semitism. So basically, the UK saw the type of content that Cenk and TYT and...
You don't release things in a bubble. People can watch the things that you post. And if they don't like those things, then they will make decisions not to include you in the cookout. You can sit there and complain about how you don't get invited to the cookout all you want, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to just let you in because you complain about it.
They put out on YouTube.
Are we free anymore? I don't know. If you even say something that's remotely anti-trans in the UK, it's a hate crime. I don't know if you're ignorant, Cenk. I don't know if you don't know that.
Again, it was worth banning them for the public good.
How could you say something against Israel? Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all, right? I don't care that they're Jewish. I wish they had a safe haven for Jews that didn't constantly attack their neighbors.
It's called
that
America.
didn't occupy their neighbors. I want a safe haven, but they don't want
No, it's not, Anna. Do you think that Cenk wants Israelis in the United States? Get out
a
of
safe
here.
haven. They want more land. It's called Greater Israel. It's a map that hangs in their cabinet. It's not like they're hiding it. Why don't you report it? Because no, anti-Semitic. That's an excuse they use to drive hatred towards Muslims so that Israel can accomplish their
What a snowflake.
objectives.
I want the American people to understand who their masters are, okay? Who they are slaves to. That ugly gentleman that you see right next to me, that's your master. That's the guy who actually governs the country. That's Ben-Gvir, a literal terrorist in Israel, who gets to dictate what our war aims happen to be.
And just do whatever they want. And then you just go, well, they're chosen. So this land is chosen so they can do whatever they want on this land. That was shocking for me. And it made me go a lot deeper on theology. I was like, what am I
Anna, are you seriously talking to Candace Owens about this?
missing here? Like, how did I miss that I was in partnership with these people that you're right? This is not a theology for them. This is a cult.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think Zionism is an obvious cult, and it's a nationalist cult. It doesn't have anything to do with religion. In fact, they attack other Jews all the time, which makes sense. That's how cults work. Because if you leave a cult, they hate you the most, right? So they'll chase you down to the ends of the earth. So some of these pro-Israel groups in the past have made lists.
No, they won't hate you. They won't let you leave. I don't think you know how a cult works, Cenk. Evidenced by the fact that you're in one and you don't realize it.
Self-hating Jews in America that they also targeted. The same terror, in my opinion, the thug terrorist network went after Jewish Americans. How dare you defy Israel? You left a cult. We're going to destroy you. Yeah, you look like a cult. That's exactly how a cult acts. We're allowed to kill people. You're not allowed to. Of course, nobody's allowed to. But we have special rules, and we don't have to listen to the rules. And we follow this maniacal leader who tells us to kill people. Yeah, so two things.
Oh, Cenk.
First of all, if you're offended by the fact that Anna said that there's people who are supporting Israel that have infiltrated our government, I give you Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, and I would argue Cory Booker, and I would argue 94% of Congress who took money from the Israeli lobby. And oh, golly gee, Israel wins every vote in Congress. But reporters in America say that's just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. So which leads me to, wait, who's the real cult?
Literally doesn't matter. He can prep with whoever he wants. He can prep with Benny Morris if he wants. There is no what you support terrorism ? No, I don't. I don't support the state of Israel, and I don't support the state of the United States of America.
So my question is, when you say
I didn't
Hamas is
answer the
1,000 times
question.
better, do you actually
So you support terrorism against the United States and Israel, right?
mean that, or is that a rhetorical move, or like a solidarity signal? Like what?
I mean, it's all of the above. I do mean it. I think it's a rhetorical move because it frustrates a lot of people. I've also said I'm a harm reduction voter. I'm a lesser evil voter, and therefore I would vote for Hamas over Israel every single time.
Here's some of what he actually has said about the depravity of the October 7th terror attack, the deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. Quote, "It doesn't matter if effing rapes happened on October 7th.
See? What do I say? They tolerate rape. It's completely acceptable. I have no problems calling people like this rape supporters. They do.
That doesn't change the dynamic for me. The Palestinian resistance is not perfect. Now, let that sink in. Hassan Piker is excusing sexual violence by Hamas terrorists.
Yeah, and you know what? He isn't a right-wing person. You don't care.
He also claims Hamas is, quote, 1,000 times better than Israel. Hamas is a designated terror organization, not just by the U.S., but by the EU, Canada.
Yeah, but he also thinks that the United States is also a bunch of terrorists. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Australia, New Zealand, just to name a few. And here's what Piker said about the horror.
Considering Disney has come out and supported Hassan, like, I don't
of September 11th,
I don't know what coming out and saying this does.
2001.
America deserved 9/11, dude. F it. I'm saying it. Like, we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit. We did. We fucking did.
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely amazing. That is just a small portion of some of the content that I believe probably got these individuals banned. And I'm going to tell you guys what I think about the ban. But first, I want to play the reaction from Hassan Piker, who is one of the individuals that got banned.
Left-wing YouTube pundit Cenk Uygur banned from entering the UK. Yeah, it's... Okay, well, I didn't want to talk about it, but my visa has also been revoked. We just found out. So,
Oops.
yes.
I'm in the way, sorry. I get it.
Yes, I will not be going as it stands currently. I don't believe that I'll be able to go to the United Kingdom this upcoming week. I don't know who to reach out for this. I was supposed to do something with Yanis Varoufakis, do something with Zach Polanski, do something with Jeremy Corbyn, do something at the Oxford.
Shouldn't they know? Why wouldn't you tell them? Do they know? Like, how long has this been? How long have you known that your visa's revoked?
Union, and now the Labour government has revoked our visas. Go to Ireland. Okay, guys, it's not about fucking being in the vicinity of the UK. I was supposed to do shit in the UK.
So what? You gonna cry?
Yeah. A sad state of affairs.
Vacation got canceled? Womp womp?
Where obviously the interests of Israel take the highest priority. And it's sneak into the UK? No, you can't do that. That's not a thing. Yep.
Just what am I listening
Nick
to?
Shirley can go, though, of course. Because
man.
Nick Shirley is a dog for the fascist state. That fascism is here, right? Like the administration trying to deploy subpoenas against political dissidents in the United States of America, or the UK that's like completely captive to the interests of pro-Israel advocacy organizations. Like they are moving in a way. And this is the liberal government.
No,
right?
don't
the Labor
stop.
government's supposed to be
Please.
the liberal government doing
Can't
this.
take anymore.
And the American government is the right-wing government doing it. Like we are in the 1930s era, where I think that the administrations in both the UK and the United States of America, regardless of like their supposed ideological differences, are absolutely moving as a uniparty, and things are going to get even worse from here on out. Straight up fucking fascism. That's it. That's it. Israel's.
Now, you know, I'm going to tell you the hilarious part about this, right? The hilarious part is not them getting banned, because principally speaking, and again, I'm not a citizen of the UK. They don't have the same laws that we do, right? Especially on free speech. They just don't. They don't have the same freedoms that we do. This is why I'm
honestly, him sitting here and saying this would probably get him banned from the UK just alone.
American, right? I'm proud to be American, for that very reason. But you know, ultimately, leftists like Hassan Piker and Cenk,
they're privileged. They talk this way all the time, and because they talk this way, it's normalized. It's how they talk. It's how they speak. It's how they engage with the world. So when other people say, "We don't appreciate how you do this," it's a personal attack. Well, I'm such a good person. Why would you do this to me?
for years, have advocated for this type of deplatforming of individuals that they disagree with. Right? That's the irony here. They're now victim of the same type of censorship and deplatforming that they argued for years. So my opinion is,
well, it's cancel culture. when it goes after other people, it's fine. When it goes after him, it's a problem. Oh, they're trying to shut down my free speech rights. Okay.
Relevant. I can't tell them how to run their country. Not
So
when it comes to
you can shut down their free speech, but they can't shut down your free speech. Otherwise, that's going against free speech. That makes no sense.
something like this, right? Immigration. I can't tell them, hey, they say you can't come in. Hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. You know? Like, hey. Now again, whether you agree or disagree with the reasoning behind it, hey, you know, that's here nor there.
That's up to them. That's not up to you. That's not up to me. That's not up to him.
But
Blame the oligarchy. They're the people that make those decisions. I don't make those decisions.
let's be real. You support terrorists, right? Like, you openly support terrorist organizations. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think that you should necessarily be bad for it, but if
See, but has he been there before? I feel like this is a response to something that he said recently.
government says, hey,
Unless
I'm gonna ban you
those videos
because
were
you
recent,
openly
which
support
I don't think so.
terrorist
They might have. I
organizations
don't know.
or organizations that they deem to be terrorist
I don't
groups.
watch anything that he does. Surprise, surprise.
It is what it is. You're a foreigner, right? You're a foreigner in their country. You know, it's just like if the United States says, hey, you know, we're not going to let people who support terrorists, people who we deem to be terrorists in the United States. It's
Well,
like,
see, but he thinks that even if you are a terrorist, we should let you into the country. He thinks that terrorists should not be barred from just going wherever they want to go. So no, the idea that he's going to get barred from going to another country makes no sense to him. Doesn't understand why it would happen.
you know, hey, I kind of understand that, right? Like, if they designate a group, a terrorist group, and you have people who openly support that, trying to come into the United States of America, and they're our enemies, right? And you're letting people who have an ideology that is antithetical to our ideology, who hate our country, who don't like our country, who can't stand our values, who can't stand us and what we stand.
Because you said this in one of the other videos, that he just wants to be included. He is so psychologically distraught at the fact that he's being left out of white people stuff that he is going into depression.
Stand for. That's kind of a threat, right?
It's how much they need the validation. It's how much they need other people to tell them that their ideas are good and that they're included because of their ideas.
I'm just saying. So again, agree or disagree with the reasoning behind it. I think that the UK, they got a right to do it. But what they're experiencing is the same type of left-wing censorship that they support, right?
Yeah.
When it's done to people that they disagree with. This is a left-wing government in the UK, and they're very pro-censorship, which is something that I don't think Cenk or Hassan Piker had a problem with until it affected them, right? I'm not sure how many stories have they done standing up for the right-wingers in the UK who have been smeared and called racist and censored, who are actual citizens of the UK, simply because they don't support mass immigration to the country, right? Have you stood up for any UK citizens who've actually been censored by the government, even though they're a citizen of the government? No, they haven't.
No. Well, like you say, more than likely, he supports the censorship.
But when it happens to them, all of a sudden, oh,
It's a problem.
it's so terrible, right?
The government is a corrupt, fascist regime working hand in hand with the US government, which is also a fascist machine. Like,
liberal democracy shouldn't do this. I agree. So-called liberal democracies probably shouldn't, but hey, they got a visa system. They can control who they want to come in their country, who they don't want to come in. I mean, you know, it is what it is.
It's a fascist country, and it gets to enforce its bidding upon other countries, and in an effort to abide by the wishes of a foreign country like Israel, the Western liberal democracies that are supposed to protect and preserve speech, even if they don't have a First Amendment like we do here in the United States of America, they're supposed to have reason, like good reason. This is not one of them.
You don't even know the reason. How do you know they don't have good reason? Why do they have to have a good reason? Is any reason appropriate?
Right? This is not one of them. Being critical of Israel while effectively combating anti-Semitism is not a good enough reason to bar someone entry into the country. Ironically enough, one of my famous speeches that I delivered was at Oxford Union, which is what I was supposed to attend once again, where I warned the Western governments and I warned...
What does that tell you? That your ideas were so well received that the moment they found out that you were going to come back, they said, no, we're not going to have him. We're actually going to cancel him coming here at all and completely bar him from entering the country.
Those who were worried about
You must have really proven that you were a good person who respected the culture, that they would want to invite you back, that they are now barring you from ever going there again.
That this dangerous association between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism, this conflation between Judaism and Zionism, was going to create...
I mean, I don't want to... I mean, I feel bad saying it, but you are being a snowflake. You are being so sensitive about this. This is the most non-issue thing I could possibly imagine, and yet you sound like you're about to break into tears. Like, what is the problem? Like, seriously. This is one trip to the UK. One. In your entire existence. What is there that you need to see so badly? Why does it matter?
Environment where anti-Semitism would manifest.
Yeah, see that, you heard that. The tears are flowing. Again, you know, I don't know what else to say. It is what it is. In principle, I don't really agree with it, but it doesn't matter. I'm not a UK citizen. I can't tell them who to let in their country. I will say this though, right? Them actually banning them because of the whole, you know, criticism of Israel thing, it certainly doesn't help, right? It doesn't help if your whole goal is to stop so-called anti-Semitism, right? And to stop all of the conspiracy theories about Jews, right? This move certainly does not help, right? This move, I think, amplifies these so-called conspiracy theories because it kind of looks like the UK is doing the bidding of another country by banning these individuals for that specific reason. You know, I'm just saying, they're not really helping when it comes to the whole let's fight.
No. I mean, they're just showing the UK how right they are in their decision to not allow these two into their country. I mean, he just called the UK a fascist dictatorship. Would you allow this into your country? Look at what's happening in New Jersey right now. He aligns himself with that. Would you allow someone who looked at what's happening in New Jersey and saying, oh yeah, that's fine. That's acceptable behavior. People should be allowed to do that. And then let someone who supports that into the country. Let someone who thinks that way into the country.
Anti-Semitism thing. But at the same
This
time,
is what happens when engaging in violence is no longer considered wrong. You can engage in violence. You can advocate for engaging in violence, and that isn't a bad thing.
I mean, these people are very obsessed with Israel, right? I'm just saying, like, I personally find it very weird for so many people online, that is, because I really do believe that this is mostly an online thing. I'm not saying there's not elements of it in real life. That's like a real movement, but it's not as big as people online, you know, want to make it out to be, right? Like, regardless, I guess what I'm saying is that online, right, there's so many people so passionate about this issue. And honestly, I personally don't get it. I really don't understand it. I think that there's a lot of money in our politics. Yes, Israeli money is in our politics, but also, you know, Palestinian money is in our politics. Far left money, socialist money is in our politics, right? Like, you know, countries have lobbyists.
Right. They all have their dark money. They all have their underground think tanks that just fund everything. They all operate the same.
All types of interests, whether that be a country or a corporation or otherwise. Again, they have lobbying groups, right? They try to get politicians to do their bidding.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But again, they just obsessed with AIPAC as if AIPAC is the only, lobbying group, in the United States. We have all types of entities who lobby on behalf of foreign governments, or put it this way, we have all types of American interest groups who lobby on behalf of foreign governments, right? Who lobby in the interest of foreign governments. It happens, right? I mean, ultimately, am I somebody who thinks that is the perfect system? No, I don't. I'm just saying it's weird how there's an obsession with one country, but at the same time, with moves like this, Israel certainly is not beating the allegations, right? They're not beating allegations, right? So again, that's the neutral.
No, I mean, really, they're just showing that the allegations are true.
Perspective, right? I'm the most neutral person that you can find on this topic. I have no real dog in this fight. Like, I personally am very neutral. And from a neutral perspective, like I said, yes, I think these people are weirdly obsessed with Israel, but also at the same time, Israel is not doing a good job of beating the allegations with stuff like this, right? When stuff like this happens, again, you're just making the conspiracy theories stronger, right? Like you're not helping yourself. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
I don't know, because it's the UK. Who are they acting on behalf of? Are they working with us, who are the fascist Gestapo? Or are they working on behalf of Israel? Is there some sort of enormous conspiratorial Israeli ally network? Like, this is just silly. He's upset that he didn't get that. He's upset that he had all these talks and they're going to get canceled now because he's not going to be able to go, or he's going to have to call someone on the phone and figure out how to get his status reinstated. And that's that. I think that's what's happening here.